A siren screams across Texas as wind blasts through the streets, and a massive wall of dust barrels toward neighborhoods. This is not a drill. When Season 3 of In the Eye of the Storm kicks off, it's March 2225, and the weather across the southern United States is about to break every record. The episode wastes no time plunging us straight into chaos. The CICROZA confirmed tornado warning, an imminent haboob. That's a dust storm, so thick you literally can't see in front of your car, and the kind of wind that breaks windows, shreds buildings, and leaves lives changed forever. As the episode begins, we're introduced to Blake Brown in Amarillo, Texas. The mood is tense. You hear sirens, see the sky turning dark, and feel the urgency in Blake's voice as he decides to start filming everything. Today might be one of the wildest on record. His house shakes. Winds gust to 70 miles per hour, and the Texas Panhandle is one giant dust bowl. Blake scrambles to load his gear and brace for impact, knowing trouble is coming. We cut to Brooks Garner, a FOX 35 meteorologist in Orlando, who frames exactly how unprecedented this March has become. Brooks lays out the big picture. The wild La Niña-El Niño pattern is pushing cold air south, slamming it into warm, moist air, a recipe for monster storms. As the jet stream drops, the atmosphere becomes a powder keg, flipping switch after switch for tornado outbreaks across the country. Brooks tracks over 150 million Americans under threat, forecasting days of extreme, unpredictable weather. Through Blake's eyes, it's pure survival. He's forced to pull off the highway as visibility drops to nothing. The dust is so thick, roads are instantly a no-go zone. You already see wrecks and pileups, and Blake describes the devastation, feeling that there must have been fatalities. It's genuinely haunting. People are losing everything to the storm. Next, the episode takes us inside the life of a storm chaser too, Reed Timmer. Reed and his crew pilot specialized armored vehicles called Dominators, aiming to intercept, live, stream, and warn communities as tornadoes touch down. Overnight, Reed and his fellow chasers are driving blindly into the heart of approaching tornadoes. A tornado heads straight for them at violent EF2 strength, meaning winds over 120 mph. With sirens blaring, they capture the moment a twister tears through a town. What follows is heartbreak. Reed witnesses the path of destruction ripped straight through a community's heart, homes shattered, and streets unrecognizable. Orlando finds itself in the crosshairs next. Brooks is in the studio, tracking a rotating storm system with significant upper-level wind shear, conditions ripe for tornado formation. Suddenly, on air, Brooks spies a tornado on the studio's live camera. It's about to sweep through neighborhoods with EF2 force. He's forced into shelter, his heart pounding, the first time a tornado has hit while he's actively on the weather job. As the tornado nears, Brooks shares his fear. His family is at home, and he can't help but worry for their safety. Alongside Brooks, Amy Sweezy weighs in from Seminole County, Florida. Amy's anxiety is palpable as she watches trees bend and hears the distinct, loud sound tornadoes make, the roaring wind, the rush of debris, and the realization that this disaster is literally at her doorstep. She can hardly believe this is happening at her own house. The episode widens to document how these conditions rip across the U.S. from Florida through Missouri to Arkansas. Tad Peters and his dad are on the road in Indiana. The storm forces them to pull over, and their video captures the raw anxiety of an event that could have ended everything. Lights flicker, hail pounds, and once the sky clears, Tad realizes just how close they came to tragedy. As tornadoes sweep into Arkansas, the emotional impact deepens. Tassie Humphreys and her family take cover in their basement as the tornado approaches. A terrifying wave of panic, boards creak, wind howls, and debris pelts the house. Tassie's sister screams, her father panics, and the family is driven to pray for survival. When the tornado finally passes, the devastation hits home. Her beloved horse Blondie is trapped, lifeless, under concrete debris. Against all odds, a group manages to lift the trough, and Blondie miraculously stands up, seemingly unharmed. It's a moment of disbelief mixed with gratitude, a rare touch of hope in a sea of heartbreak. Brian Empfinger, another Arkansas storm chaser, joins the rescue effort, finding communities utterly wrecked, homes flattened, and lives uprooted. The body language says it all: shock, grief, but also resilience. The storms march onward, each system feeding the next in a relentless chain. In Missouri, Jerome Jose confesses how he used to ignore tornado warnings, but this night is different. The tornado warning becomes an emergency, and he's suddenly fighting to keep a door shut as the beast passes dangerously close. He realizes, in those few minutes of terror, that you simply can't mess around with these storms. They demand respect. Texas and the Gulf Coast are hammered again. Terry Giles, in Kerrville, faces hail like missiles. The sound is terrifying, and stepping outside could have been fatal. Rihanna's drive home from a cheer competition in Galveston gets interrupted by baseball-sized hail pounding the windshield. Her brother comes to the rescue. Everyone's shaken. People are injured, cars are destroyed, and the scale of the hail event shocks the whole community. As the storms continue, we meet DeJohn Lane in Mississippi. Tornadoes are rare here, but not tonight. The force spins through, ripping homes, scattering debris, and turning the world upside down in seconds. DeJohn is lucky to survive and admits he'd never record instead of take cover again. The threads tie together. March of 2025 becomes officially the most active tornado month in U.S. history. Brooks draws comparisons to the infamous Dust Bowl of the 1930s. Nothing in living memory matches the intensity, frequency, and sheer madness of this weather whiplash. The temperature of water off Ecuador influenced the whole season, from the epic droughts to the tornado outbreaks, reminding everyone how global climate shifts can have devastating local consequences. The episode closes with the lasting psychological toll. Blake can't shake what he saw in Amarillo. Those traumatic scenes are burned into his mind. Jerome now respects every advisory and warning, knowing firsthand what ignoring them can cost. Tassie's storm anxiety is through the roof. Her horses don't react the same anymore, and the experience changed her and Blondie forever. For some, gratitude emerges from the wreckage. others are left haunted by loss. In summary, this electrifying season opener weaves together personal survival, scientific analysis, and raw emotion as it documents one of the worst weather disasters in American history. Through real-time footage, meteorologists, chasers, and everyday people confront the unstoppable force of nature, learning, sometimes painfully, how to respect its power. From Amarillo's choking dust, through Florida's studio panic, to the narrow escapes and miracles in Arkansas, in the eye of the storm delivers a pulse, pounding, emotionally charged look at what it means to live through a natural catastrophe. If you were gripped by these true stories or experienced the incredible March 2025 outbreak firsthand, let us know in the comments below what moments stuck with you. Don't forget to hit like. Share this video with anyone who needs to learn about severe weather's impact, and subscribe for more powerful recaps and deep dives on In the Eye of the Storm. Stay safe out there.